Hello and welcome to my review of the Space Marines Black Templars Primaris Crusader Squad for Warhammer 40,000 from Games Workshop. Now initially this squad was available in the Black Templars Army Set box set for £25, but it is now available separately for £36.50, which coincidentally is the same price as a squad of 10 normal Primaris intercessors. Yeah, I bet you're thinking, I can spot some scouts there. What are these scouts that are included in this squad? And who is that big chunky boy leading the squad with a Terminator sized base? Well, all will be revealed. If you're like me and you haven't really looked at Black Templars before, or maybe you looked at them many years ago and you're confused about why there's scouts in Crusader squads, or in this case Neophytes, then allow me to explain it. You've got a Primaris Crusader squad and you can take the Primaris flavoured one or the normal Space Marine Crusader, or the normal Space Marine flavoured one. Of course, the normal Space Marine Crusader squad has your standard Space Marines and standard scouts in there. Again, they're both called Initiates and Neophytes, but they're a bit more flexible. They have access to weapons from the melee weapons lists, from the special weapons and heavy weapons as well, whereas this Primaris Crusader squad is quite limited in their loadouts. The squad includes one Primaris Sword Brother, which is right here, and we'll have a look at all of these units up close and personal. We'll go through the spare parts, I'll do some size comparisons, and then we'll look at the rules. So the Sword Brother, he leads this unit. For some reason I didn't have my light on, so there we go. So this is the Sword Brother with the sword, of course, but you can equip him with a power axe and also change the heavy bolt pistol to a pyre pistol, which is like the little hand flamer type weapon. I think he looks quite cool in this sword pose, about to cut down the Emperors of Mankind. He's got his sword on a chain, which is synonymous to Emperors, which is synonymous to Black Templars. You've got the power plant with this little lamp thing on there, so everyone can see him coming despite him wearing pitch black armor. So that's the Sword Brother. Then you've got the squad makeup of between 4 and 8 Primaris Neophytes, or these Primaris Scouts, and 5 to 11 Primaris Initiates, which are just these Primaris over there. So yes, that does mean that you can have a full unit of them of 20, or like I have here, that comes with the set, a squad of 10, consisting of the 4 Neophytes and the 6 Initiates. So Neophytes up first. You do get a couple of options here. You can swap all the weapons around with them. So for instance, I think there's 3 sets of bolt pistols and chain swords, and 3 different sets of bolt carbines. And bolt carbines are a little bit like bolt guns, but they're assault 2, strength 4, AP 0 and damage 1. We'll be going through the rules in a bit, but yeah, the short of it is that any of these Neophytes can have either the 3 different types of close combat weapons or the 3 different types of bolt carbines. Quite nice that you can mix and match, even though they are twins in a way, because you've got, you know, if you look at the leg poses there, I still think that there's enough about them to change that. You don't get any helmeted versions, but you do get a number of heads to make sure that at least all 4 of them have completely different heads, which is a nice touch. Then you have the Initiates. Lots of customization with these. You can go for a full shooty loadout with the auto bolt rifles. This is what they're equipped with. Again, you do get some twins in these, but if you can if I just show you this one with the heavy bolt pistol and the power sword and the chain sword, they have got the same legs, but they definitely look different in their loadouts. Likewise, likewise with these two. Although they have the same legs, you can see that, you know, they look pretty different with their weapon with their weapon loadouts. Well, you know, this one's got the power fist. Extras and things, you do get these little shields that go on the shoulder pauldrons. They're all optional. Some of the purity seals and accessories are all optional, like I put that little shield on there. So they are the 5 initiates. So you get 5 initiates, 4 neophytes and 1 sword brother, making it 10. Let's have a look at the spare parts then. Wow, you know, look at that. Big bag of spare parts. Absolutely fantastic. You know, if you wanted this kit for the spare parts, do not hesitate, because look how many you get. You get everything from the large new Empire blasters to power axes, power swords, lots of Astartes chain swords, even the chain swords for the initiates as well. The only thing, and you get a cloak, which, you know, I've used for the sword brother. So yeah, if you had you know, a cheap packet of Primaris intercessors or assault intercessors even, you can completely use these parts with those models and just bump them up to looking like Templars. I would suggest you get the Templar accessory sprue as well, that's available separately, and then you can, you know, add some Templars shoulder pauldrons also. But look how many spare parts you get, a huge number in this kit. Absolutely overjoyed with that. So size comparisons compared to other Black Templars models. You've got the Marshal right here, which shares the same size base as the sword brother. You know, there's a lot going on with this model. So if you had 2 units of Crusaders, you're still going to be able to spot the character here. Compared to the Emperor's Champion, again, similar sort of story. They're going to complement them. Yeah, they do look a bit odd having the Neophytes in there, but that's just the way it goes for Black Templars. And then I do have a Redemptor Dreadnought as well. That gives you an idea of how they compare next to one of those. That's pretty much the army set right there. But compare them to some other sort of Imperium miniatures. Now if we compare the initiates, they are kind of the same size, if not a little bit taller, depends on the pose. I mean, yeah, if we compare this one, a little bit taller. It's a little bit. But again, depends on the pose. Compared to a normal Space Marine, fair bit smaller. And then Slime Arbo, yeah, pretty small. The Neophytes, this is what this Neophyte reminded me of. The old Space Marine Scout. That's one of the scouts that I painted a long time ago with a blackened blade. Yeah, you can just see the difference. Again, it's another case of don't ever talk to me or my son ever again situation. But yeah, that's those. Okay, so this is my part of the review where I will go through all of the rules for the Black Templars Primaris Crusader Squad. You'll find them in your Black Templars 9th edition Codex supplement. They are a power points cost of a 10 and a points cost of 16 points per model for Primaris Neophytes, 19 points for all of the other models, and then there's a breakdown of the different weapons that you'll have to pay more for. The stat line of the Primaris Sword Brother is a movement of 6 inches, a weapon skill 3+, ballistic skill 3+, strength 4, toughness 4, 2 wounds, 3 attacks, leadership 8, and a save of 3+. So the same stat line as the initiates, but has 1 extra attack and a better leadership. Speaking of initiates, their stat line is a movement of 6 inches, weapon skill and ballistic skill both 3+, strength and toughness are both 4, 2 wounds, 2 attacks, leadership 7 and a save of 3+. And then you've got the Primaris Neophytes, which are a movement of 6 inches, weapon skill and ballistic skill both 3+, strength and toughness are both 4, 2 wounds, 2 attacks, leadership 6 and a save of 4+. If this unit contains 11 or more models, it has a power rating of 20. Every Primaris Initiate is equipped with auto bolt rifle, frag grenades and crack grenades. Every Primaris Neophyte is equipped with bolt pistol, Astartes chainsaw, frag grenades and crack grenades. The Primaris Sword Brother is equipped with heavy bolt pistol, power sword, frag grenades and crack grenades. Now the one thing I didn't mention in the options of building these is the box set doesn't include any Astartes shotguns at all. You need to buy the Black Templars upgrade sprue for that, and that comes with 4 Astartes shotguns. So unfortunately, if you want to go for shotguns in the Crusader Squad, you can't unless you buy another sprue, and I think that sprue is about £20, so you're looking at £57 or so to get, you know, the weapons you wish, and a load of other options such as the multi-melter for the vehicles and things. We might as well talk about the Astartes shotgun, even though you don't get it included. It's a range 18-inch assault 2, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. The auto bolt rifles work as usual. They're a 24-inch range, assault 3, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. The bolt carbines, which the Neophytes have, it's a range 24-inch, assault 2, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. Bolt pistols work as usual. They're a 12-inch range, pistol 1, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1, and then the heavy bolt pistol is an 18-inch, pistol 1, strength 4, AP -1, damage 1. Now the Pyre pistol and the Pyre blaster are 2 new weapons that we haven't really seen before. The Pyre pistol is a 12-inch, pistol D6, strength 3, AP -1, damage 1, and the weapon automatically attacks its target. It's kind of like a little flame hand pistol. It's kind of like a little hand flamer. The Pyre blaster, it's an odd range. It's a 15-inch range. It's assault D6. It's strength 4, AP -1, damage 1, and it automatically hits the target again. The Astartes chainsword works as usual. It's the strength of the user, which would be 4. AP is -1, damage 1, and you get an additional attack with this weapon. The power axe works as usual. It's a strength +2, AP -2, damage 1. The power fist works as usual. It's a strength ×2, AP -3, damage 2. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, subtract 1 from that attack's hit roll. And then the power sword works as usual. It's a +1 to strength, AP -3, and a damage of 1. The Primaris Sword Brothers power sword can be replaced with 1 power axe. The Primaris Sword Brothers heavy bolt pistol can be replaced with a Pyre pistol, and all of the Primaris Neophytes in this unit can have their bolt pistol and Astartes chainsword replaced with one of the following: 1 Astartes shotgun each, or 1 bolt carbine each. Any number of Primaris Initiates can have their auto bolt rifle replaced with 1 heavy bolt pistol and 1 Astartes chainsword. For every 10 models in this unit, up to 2 Primaris Initiates can have their auto bolt rifle replaced with one of the following: 1 Pyre blaster and 1 heavy bolt pistol and 1 power fist, which is what I've done in this unit. I've got a Pyre blaster there, and I've got the heavy bolt pistol and power fist. Abilities, they've just got Angels of Death. And then keywords: Imperium, Adeptus Astartes, Black Templars, Infantry, Corps, Primaris, Crusader Squad. Now, how do they compare to the normal Crusader Squad with the normal Space Marines? Well, for a start, the normal Crusader Squad is cheaper. It's half price. Secondly, you don't have to include any Neophytes, so none of the scouts. So if you just want you know, Space Marines, like Initiates and a Sword Brother, you can. So you can have a unit of 5 for a Crusader Squad, and it consists of 4 Initiates and 1 Sword Brother. The thing is, you can't just go around with 4 Neophytes and 1 Sword Brother. You have to have 4 normal Space Marines and a Sword Brother. Unlike the Primaris Crusader Squad, where you have to take 4 Neophytes. So there's the biggest change there. Other changes include that you can take more Neophytes. You know, you can take 10 Neophytes and 9 Initiates, whereas the maximum number of Neophytes in the Primaris squad is less. You can only take 8. So that's odd, isn't it? That there's a prerequisite of taking Neophytes in the Primaris Crusader Squad, but in total you can only take less than in the normal Space Marine Crusader Squad. And actually in the normal Space Marine Crusader Squad, you don't have to take any Neophytes. You can just go for full Initiates. Another big change, other than that, is you can go for weapons from the pistol list, you can go for combi weapons, you can go for, if you've got less than 9 models, you can have a power, you can go for one of the power weapons, such as a power axe or a power sword or a heavy weapon or a special weapon. If you've got 10 or more models, then you can go for an extra special weapon and an extra power weapon. And they also have smoke screen ability, which is something that the Primaris Crusader Squad does not have. They don't have this smoke screen ability, which is really quite odd. So they're the main differences between both of those. And of course, do I really need to say anything about how you can put your normal Space Marine Crusader Squad in a Land Raider Crusader, but you can't put your Primaris Crusader Squad in a Land Raider Crusader? You're stuck with the Impulsor, which coincidentally is included in the Combat Patrol, or a Repulsor as your main transport options. So, you know, not only is the standard Crusader Squad cheaper, more flexible, it also has access to way more transport options. So there you go, that's my review of the Primaris Crusader Squad for Black Templars. I think it's a fantastic kit, don't get me wrong. There's lots of customization. You can pretty much build each one of these Space Marines in 2 or 3 different ways. You get loads of spare parts. Yes, it's £36.50, and yes, you can look at it as, oh well, you know, it's not including kind of like 10 full Primaris. It's very interesting to see kind of Primaris equivalent of Scouts now, because before we only had the Reavers, which were Primaris just in Phobos armour. So now we're getting a look at what Primaris Scouts would look like. What do you guys think of this Crusader Squad? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor protects.